Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 10 of Hearts of Iron 4. We're in a first war against Germany. We've come to the aid of Czechoslovakia. We're helping to defend them. I've just noticed that this army that we have up here is commanded by a general who is a panzer leader. So he is better on armour, making armour move more quickly. He's not somebody that we really need to have. We could do with somebody who is a little bit better. We could be using our Field Marshal. Reduced supply consumption. Max entrenchment and own combat width. Let's go ahead and use you. And on this army, we will use Montgomery. And then what we need to do then is to start drawing a front line and pushing in. Now, it looks like most of Germany's forces are over here pushing into Czechoslovakia. They have a relatively weak force with the look of things on this side. So let's say that we were to go and select this army. And we're not quite in position yet. But let's say that we wanted to draw an offensive front line. And let's say we wanted our front line to be somewhere along here. So we'll push in just a little bit at a time. We'll also want a fallback line, which we will just do by falling back to the French border. In fact, we'll fall back to the airbase and then we can sort of sit in the mountains. Probably a slightly safer option. So we've got ourselves a fallback line. And we've got our other army. Now, the entire army, hopefully, shouldn't be backtracking. It should literally just be the paratroopers. It was only the paratroopers I told to move. So I want to sort of keep the paratroopers at the back, potentially. Just for the time being. Although they can fight. Their organisation is absolutely terrible at the moment. I guess we could just put them all on the line. It's probably not the best use of our paratroopers. But we will do what we can. Most of Montgomery's forces are already in position. Estimated plan value -100. The plan is considered to be to our disadvantage. Friendly air superiority 10%. Superior enemy. Large river crossing. Division still preparing. Some divisions not in position. So we are really going to have to wait before we can move in here. Germany has a lot of units. They really do have a lot of units. And let's be honest, Czechoslovakia is probably going to get its teeth kicked in. But we do need to move in on this side and try and get something done. We've still got lots of units moving in because for some reason they've decided to sail all the way around the south coast of Iberia and dock up on the south side of France. I'm not too sure why. Maybe that's a bit of an AI bug that needs working on. We do have another unit of infantry. Let's go and add it to Alan's army there. So they should hopefully all get themselves moved in. Nobody should be exercising. A few of them are taking attrition. Saying you don't have any orders assigned, you should be on the front line. Can you not get over here? You need to get somewhere where there is a dock then. As do you. Let's get you down here. How are we doing on production at the moment? So we don't appear to be behind on anything. Oh, we are a little bit behind on tanks. That is understandable. Definitely need some more fighters. Definitely need some more bombers. But we do have a higher production efficiency cap now, and we're nowhere near our production efficiency cap at the moment with these things. I think we've got 3 factories assigned to this one that we don't have, which is a little bit problematic. Battle plans with no units assigned. Yeah, there will be once everybody gets into position. So we do have a front line. Still to our disadvantage. Division's still preparing. Units still out of position. So can you guys actually get over here now? Yes, you can. Brilliant. Took you time, but you will get there eventually. Now, we do have a fairly big force on this line. So I'm not too sure when France wants to pull the trigger. I guess it will be us making sort of preparations. We are also fighting into the hills and the mountains, which is not good. Germany is definitely pushing into Czechoslovakia, which is not good at all. How are we doing here? Our paratroopers are still producing, so are our tanks. Ace pilot promoted. Few take as many risks as the brave pilots of the British Air Force. Jake Roberts, a skilled pilot known under the call sign Dog, has distinguished himself not only in returning alive, but in piloting his Armstrong Whitworth Whitney with immense skill. Recently, Jake was on a mission over Western Germany and was instrumental to the success of this critical encounter. Held up as a shining example of British courage, Jake's recent promotion has been highly publicised. Although the people may view war as more hell than glory, many are glad to see that there are still heroes to rally behind. Fantastic. We're up to 46% now on the... what's this thing called again? I've forgotten already. The World Tension. There we go. We could actually get some mountain divisions. Mountain divisions wouldn't be a bad idea. Luxembourg has called France as our ally into the German-Czechoslovakian War. Our war with the Czechoslovakian War has been merged with the German-Luxembourg War. Okay, that's fine. German Reich has declared war on Luxembourg. Yep, Germany's really heating things up right now. Let me just pause quickly, because I said I would like to train up some mountain divisions. That could actually be quite useful. Let's go and get 3 of them. We'll set you on the East Midlands, and then let's go and train up 3 more. Because we do seem to be fighting into the mountains quite a lot. We are using up manpower, of course. Not to mention we're also using up some of our supplies, but that should be okay. Now then, you guys should be getting involved with your army. Italy has joined the side of Axis. Treaty of Luxembourg. Germany took 1 state. Luxembourg was annexed. So, Italy has picked its side. Not that there was ever any doubt which side Italy was going to join. Now, that does make life a little bit more tricky. I don't think they're actually involved in this war, though. Italy are on the side of Axis, but they don't appear to be in the war at the moment. But they could be very soon. So at the moment, we're just trying to move all of our units in. No wonder I couldn't click on the blue one because it's French. Where are the rest of our units? Most of them do seem to be in position or getting into position. Estimated plan value is now -70. Division is still preparing -20. That large river crossing and the superior enemy is really, really going to hinder us. But I don't think there's an awful lot that we can do about that. We do have air superiority, which is nice. What have we got here? Enemy has air superiority in the central Mediterranean, which is where's the central? That's the Western Mediterranean. This is the central Mediterranean. We don't have any air here, so I'm not surprised they have air superiority. The enemy has air superiority in a place where I'm not currently running any planes. I don't have any air wings here at all. We've just got some transports. I don't even have any fighters in reserve. So I can't really do an awful lot about this. Yeah, we've got the Germans over here. They're being annoying, but I don't think they're really doing an awful lot else apart from being annoying. So the question is, do we want to go in here? And when do we want to attempt it? Unread post-strike results. Oh, we were defeated. On Central Mediterranean Sea Harbour. So what happened here? We do have a fleet. Let's go ahead and give you an admiral. And we will get you patrolling the Central Mediterranean. That didn't work. I clicked the wrong button there. You are supposed to be... Yeah, patrol Central Med. There we go. Be a little bit risky. We've also got some more ships down here. We'd like to group you together. We'd like to give you an admiral. And we want you to patrol... Can we get you to patrol multiple zones? Yes, we can. So that should help. Do we have some aircraft down here? We've got these fighters and naval bombers on the aircraft carriers, so you guys should be working the Central Med. Now, where do I assign you to? You're on a mission. Maybe you just... Maybe I can't tell you which mission to have. Carriers operating in 2 regions does reduce their sortie. Well, okay, we'll see how that goes. So there are unread results for port strikes in the Central Mediterranean. Click to center on the next results. Okay, there's not an awful lot that we can do over here, but we are moving some units in to try and help defend. So we do have some more aircraft over here. Got a few bits of close air support. If we can go and get you guys over in the Central Med as well. Okay, so how are things going over here on the border? Most of our units are in place. I think things are still going. That's the word I'm looking for. So do we go and throw down in on this side? I mean, the commencing the war plan is still saying that it's very much in their favour. Plan is considered to be our disadvantage. I mean, they do have a few tanks in there. They've got quite a lot of tanks in there, actually. Germany has a lot of tanks. I'm still... What's my tank production like? We're still behind on our tanks at the moment. So we're not actually gaining a lot of tanks, which is unfortunate. I'm not too sure what I'm doing with my transport. So I might turn the transports down and just put an extra factory onto... I'm actually a factory short. Wanted to put an extra factory onto the tanks, really. Oh, it's because you've decided to use an extra one for the fighters, although that's probably not a bad idea. The fighters are really getting hammered at the moment. What about production? Construction, sorry. We are working on some anti-air, which is not a bad thing. But I definitely think we could... yeah, Malta needs to repair its port. But I also think we could do with another couple of military factories, if I'm really honest. Guess we have to go up in this direction. Let's get you guys both up to the top and then put that port repair back up. Okay, it's all getting a little bit tense now. We are taking some attrition over here. France are lining up against Italy in case they decide to do something. We've managed to complete research on the Vickers Wellington. So we could also go in and work on the Blenheim. I think everything else is a little bit too... We can get a strategic bomber, actually. Let's go and work on a strategic bomber, just so we can give ourselves options later on. Hopefully our ships down here are doing a relatively good job. They seem to be. They're doing a job. So the question is, do we hit the button and when do we do it? I don't think we're ever going to get rid of that minus 70%. Field hospitals have been researched. We could also go for signal company. Now, we could edit some of our troops. We could edit our infantry. And I know I've already messed around with this once, but let's say we wanted to... not that one, that was the wrong button. Let's say we wanted to edit our infantry division, and let's say we wanted to add a field hospital. So it reduces their organisation, increases their production cost, but we get 20% more trickle back, which I think is basically sort of recovering your army. More HP. I think it might be worth having them, to be honest. And how much would it cost to add that? So it would reduce our organisation, increase our weight and supply use, reduce our piercing, reduces the experience loss, increases trickle back. I think it might be worth having a field hospital with these divisions. Now, we have missing equipment production, which is what? Motorised. We need motorised now. So we're going to have to untick some of these... well, we're still not building artillery. We're still not using artillery, so let's go and unassign the artillery production. We're falling behind on support equipment. That is to be expected. Let's take one away from infantry equipment. And let's go and work on... was it motorised or mechanised? Motorised, yeah. So, how many factories do we have? 2. It's going to take a while for those guys to get fully reinforced. In the meantime, we're just sort of sitting on the line and waiting for stuff to happen. Now, what's it saying now? Yeah, it's still to our disadvantage. Division is still preparing, apparently. Not too sure how long that takes. France is still moving some units around. In the meantime, of course, Czechoslovakia is getting absolutely kicked to the curb by the German forces over there. There's a lot of air units over here. That's a lot of German aircraft. There's a few Italian ships. Oh, it's not Italian ships. There's Italian units in here. Hopefully our ships can patrol all of these areas. Should be okay. It's strange that Italy hasn't joined this war yet. So air wings on, no missions. We've got these fighters. These fighters should definitely be stationed over here. Are you guys already stationed? Yeah, looks like these guys are already in position. That's fine. We're really going to have to get ready to start pushing forward soon. Still minus 70%. That large river crossing. Yeah, they're not stupid. Sort of lining up behind the river. No national focus set. We are now at war with Germany though, so we can research the cryptologic bomb. So we'll start working on that, and it'll give us better decryption options. So let's go and do that while we can. Central Mediterranean, the enemy still has air superiority. Again, there's not an awful lot I can do about that. I don't think I have any other air down here that can reach. Got an air base here. Close air support. That's not going to be all that useful in Central Med. I can't actually see the aircraft over here, what they're actually doing. No, we don't want the transports. Yeah, not an awful lot else that we can do there. Nothing in that airbase, so we'll just let things tick on. World tension's at 61% now, anyway. And what have we got here? The German right claims Memel. With German forces on their border poised to attack, Lithuania has given in to a German ultimatum demanding the surrender of the old Prussian territory of Memel. It was passed to Lithuania by the Treaty of Versailles, but now being reintegrated into the region of Ostprussen. Have we yet reached the extent of the German territorial ambitions in Europe? Experts are doubtful. It's another batch of maps made obsolete. Okay, so German Reich is starting to expand. Really, really expand. We want to get ready to push into Germany. We've got more units over here, including more tanks. So let's get these guys all down to Dover so we can get them across and get them into the army. You guys need to get over here. Because you're in the army, but you're not really contributing because you're not actually doing anything. We're still waiting on more paratroopers. We're still waiting on infantry divisions. We're still waiting on mountain divisions. Our tanks are all currently done. That is fine, because we'll probably be using some tanks to reinforce. A little bit behind on motorised. That's not a problem. Why am I paused? I don't want to be paused. We are repairing that naval base. At least it says we are, but there's not an awful lot getting done. It says 15 days until repairs are complete. We are also working on some of these factories, which is a good thing. Because we do want to be able to build more planes and more tanks and things like that. So we're not actually attacking at the moment. We're just sort of poising on the border because I think Again, this is one of those games where being the attacker is much more beneficial than being the defender, because as the attacker, you can get all of your units in place nice and early on. Czechoslovakia has capitulated. Edvard Beneš has announced that the Czechoslovakian nation can no longer withstand the pressure from the occupying German forces committing travesties throughout the country. The Czechoslovakian government has gone into exile, their main forces have capitulated, and the German Reich is now in control over their home area. Though the Great War against the German Reich continues, this is an unfortunate setback for the Allies. So world tension is now at 73%. Czechoslovakia has now gone. We are still in the war. I mean, the war is... it's officially on. Let's put it that way. Things are officially on. Italy haven't joined in yet. Right, okay. Ireland. Are you yet willing to join the faction? No, because you want to remain neutral. Yeah, you'll remain neutral until the Germans come and start bombing you. Then you'll want help. What about the Americans? Invite to faction. Only minus 70. We have a war that they may be drawn into. Well, no shit. It's going to happen anyway. So let's just bear that in mind, America. You are going to be involved in this war one way or another, whether you like it or not. So let's continue to move these units down and get them on the front line, which is where they are supposed to be. I did have a couple of tanks over there, so they need to get themselves over to Dunkirk. And then we'll move them down and get them on to the front line. The plan is, once everybody's here and in position, we might actually have a chance of being able to do something. Although, this is still basically saying that if we try and attack Germany, we are going to get wrecked. They do have a fair few units of tanks, panzers and things in there. They have got some motorized infantry. They've got a lot of infantry in general. They've also got a lot of mountain divisions, and of course we would be attacking into the mountains. They're going to have a significant advantage if we do that. Enemy has air superiority. Yes, I am aware of this. I'm not too sure what I'm supposed to do about it. But we will carry on for as long as we can, just keeping their aircraft busy. Hopefully our Navy's doing pretty well. We don't seem to be losing many naval encounters. It all just seems to be sort of air superiority that is the problem. Yeah, we don't really need to pin that. We've got air wingers with no missions still. Still got fighters that are up here. It's just this one air wing, is it? Let's just go and get you protecting southern England. Just so that you don't keep bothering me. And we've got air wings down here off the coast of China. You are so far away you can't get anything done. Could try and rebase you, but I don't really see the point. So we'll leave as is for the time being. But we are coming up to that point where we may have to end the video. So I think that's what we are going to do. We're going to end the video here, and then when we come back next time, we'll see if we can get our troops organised enough to be able to actually start the assault. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Hearts of Iron 4. I'll see you guys on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.